This is CBS 2 News at 10.
Protesters and riot police face off again tonight near the White House in Lafayette Park. They are undeterred by a series of thunderstorms that rolled through Washington earlier this evening. Over the last week, our nation's capital has seen violence and vandalism just about every night. And now 400 of our National Guardsmen are going to be put right in the middle of that. They're packing up tonight to be deployed tomorrow. CBS 2's Trevor Fay tells us what they will be doing. He joins us live from the Guard base at Gowan Field.
Brent, this is nothing new for the Idaho National Guard. They've deployed to dangerous areas all across the country, and for them, this is just the latest in a long line of missions that they've done for their states and their nation. Meet Lieutenant Colonel Chris Borders. He's worked with the Idaho National Guard for years and tells me they're well prepared to help with the riots in D.C.
We train all the time with our local, state, and federal partners, not just here in Idaho, but in other states. Our personnel, when they get there, are going to receive a very detailed in-brief.
Borders says their mission can range anywhere from protecting national monuments to assisting civil service personnel like police and firemen. And they're going to be well supplied.
Because it is a potentially dangerous situation, our personnel have a right to defend themselves, so they're going to be protected.
Aside from the usual military equipment like guns and vehicles, that protection also includes masks and other personal protective equipment to help guard them and others against the coronavirus.
We are very accustomed to providing domestic response in support of civilian authorities, from the COVID-19 mission that we just completed recently, going all the way back to 2005 in support of Hurricane Katrina.
In this case, the federal government called on the Idaho National Guard for assistance, and it's the federal government that will be footing the bill for this mission.
Widening the perimeter around the White House, new fencing and barricades going up, illustrating worries the unrest in Washington could also go up. And the president's push for more military control over city streets stoking another debate. His defense secretary, Mark Esper, initially publicly disagreed with deploying troops. Some wonder, will President Trump now fire him?
The President and the Secretary of Defense met yesterday, and as you know, when the President loses confidence, if he loses confidence, you'll know about it.
Trump's first defense secretary, retired General Jim Mattis, wrote in a scathing statement, "Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us."
I'm a big fan of General Mattis's, but I think he's only looking at half of the equation. I think what we're seeing is sort of two opposing camps, people who are President Trump's supporters and people who are President Trump's detractors, for whom he can do nothing right.
Attorney General William Barr Thursday defended the president's directives and assessments some are hijacking the protests.
We have evidence that Antifa and other similar extremist groups, as well as actors of a variety of different political persuasions, have been involved in instigating and participating in the violent activity.
Back to this expanded perimeter around the White House, D.C.'s mayor worries it might not just be temporary and called it a sad commentary, saying this is the people's house and that the grounds should be accessible from all sides. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
If you're heading downtown today, you'll notice Boise's iconic 8th Street looks a little different. CBS 2's Haley Kramer talked to Mayor Lauren McLean and the owner of Juniper about the changes being put in place to help restaurants downtown.
As of this morning, 8th Street is closed to cars from Bannock to Idaho. And that's so restaurants and businesses on this block can expand their patios so that they can continue serving customers in a safe and socially distant way.
We are really excited to kick this off.
Casey Montgomery owns Juniper.
I've always been a really big proponent of closing down 8th Street and doing something like this.
The move is in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Cities across the country and around the world actually have been looking at how they can create more space for people so that we can reopen safely. And so the city council, myself, really wanted to do this here in Boise.
The Ada County Highway District, local businesses, the Downtown Boise Association, Capital City Development Corporation, and Idaho's Alcohol and Beverage Control played a role in making this happen.
Today when I biked into the office, I came across a group of firefighters that were doing final safety checks, the city clerk that was fixing all the ADA accessibility ramps. Each business by business is being checked to make sure that they've set up their new patio space correctly.
The patios are expanded to the end of the sidewalks, leaving a 20-foot wide lane for cyclists, pedestrians, and emergency vehicles. Montgomery says after the devastating impact COVID-19 has had on his business, he hopes this will drive more people downtown.
I think that's going to be the biggest effect, is people feeling comfortable down here, being able to social distance. And I think it also gives it more of you can cruise down 8th Street and hop around, walking and visit a few different places instead of, pulling in, parking, heading to dinner, heading to lunch, and then heading back out.
As for the future of 8th Street,
I'm really excited to see how it plays out this summer. People in Boise have asked for so long for us to consider something like this on 8th Street, so it's great to be launching it today. And I believe this is the beginning of a solid partnership between agencies and businesses and our city and throughout the community in hopes of being able to do the same in other neighborhoods.
Haley Kramer, CBS 2 News.
There are less than a dozen Black-owned restaurants in Boise. Due to the pandemic, one of them is in danger of shutting down, but a recent outpouring of community support and solidarity could be the answer to the owners' prayers. CBS 2's Sarah Jacobson introduces us to Yvonne Anderson of Brown Sugar Soul Food.
I was shocked, like really shocked, because at first I was thinking, I don't know why she put $5,000 on there. There's no way nobody's going to donate $5,000. And yeah, lo and behold, I guess I do have some friends out there who like brown sugar.
Over $8,000 raised in just 3 days, helping this woman's dreams stay alive. Yvonne Anderson is the owner of Brown Sugar Soul Food. This award-winning food truck offers the best in comforting soul food cooked from the heart and soul.
So this is a lemon cake with a lemon filling, and you see these little dots, those are actually lemon peel that I put in the batter. And I put it in the glaze as well. So, and I'll give you some glaze to put on top of it.
Ooh, that looks good. With all events canceled for this summer due to COVID-19 health and safety precautions, Brown Sugar Soul Food is hurting.
All of our festivals were canceled for the year. So that is like my livelihood. That's what I do for a living. And I told some people, I don't know, I might have to close down. And they were like, no, you can't close down. So anyway, I'm getting lots of feedback.
She tells me the response was overwhelming. Now planning to restore her truck's generator and fridge, she now looks to the future and says she's extremely thankful for her community.
I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm just like, this Treasure Valley is something else. I never thought I'd be on the recipient end of that, but man, it's amazing. It makes me feel really, really great.
As far as the future, Yvonne says she has hope.
I think the days of going to a food truck festival for this year may be out. So, like I said, I got to rebrand and think of some other ideas on what we could do. So if they give me a couple of weeks, and then stay tuned to my page, I'll probably post what I'm going to be able to transition to and how get it all worked out, get the kinks worked out. So,
Sarah Jacobson, CBS 2 News.